I set up all of my mat and my equipment outside under this umbrella today, and it is raining. So I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but we are practicing yoga outside in the rain. It is going to be an adventure. We'll start class this morning seated, but I want you to keep a yoga strap nearby if you have it, a dog leash, a robe tie, a winter scarf, and a yoga block nearby. And the firmer the block, the better. So if you have like a hardcover book, like grab your favorite hardcover book, grab a dictionary. We're really going to use it to release the muscles at the back of the neck, and a hardcover book might be your best friend. So from wherever you are, you might grab a throw blanket, you might grab the jacket that you're wearing. We'll go ahead and take a seat up on our blanket or cushion. I'm going to put my coffee somewhere where I have less of a chance of spilling it. And then we'll just start in our seat. And like always, maybe you start in Sukhasana. Maybe you extend the legs out, a little space here. Press through the heels of the feet, flex your toes towards your heart. Wherever you're seated, feel those sits bones begin to nestle. Feel the thighs, the calves begin to relax. You might even on your next exhale, relax the low belly. You're just sitting. It's where you are. You don't need to be anywhere else. There's a million places that your mind wants to be. There are a million places you feel like your body needs to be, but right now, be here, just for a moment. And let's keep it simple this morning. Let's cultivate some presence. Presence is powerful for healing, for stress relief, for connection with self and others. So when you're ready, on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Breathe deep into the body. Exhale, palms to the heart center and Anjali. Inhale, sweep it out. Exhale, pull it in. You might even find a simple mantra to allow the mind to settle more deeply into the body. And it might be as simple as, I am here. You might continue with each breath to repeat that out loud or to yourself. If you say it out loud, it stimulates the vocal cords, further bringing our nervous system into a place of embodiment. Each breath in fills the belly and lungs as deep as the breath goes. I am here. Pause with the palms at the heart center when you're ready. And then let's take a nice deep forward fold. So on an inhale, we'll lengthen by pressing down into the earth, lifting tall through the spine. And then on your next exhale, melt nice and slow. And if your legs are crossed in Sukhasana, this might be a great time to lengthen them out, make space for the belly or the thighs. As the heart melts, sometimes our thighs, belly, chest, might enjoy being tucked into this empty space. It keeps the spine nice and long, and we walk it out slow. We're stretching the whole back body. Deep breaths in and out. And then when you're ready, let the top of the head hang heavy towards the earth. Relax through the back of the neck and shoulders. Soften through the tongue and the jaw. You might even give your neck a little wiggle just to ensure you're releasing all of the effort, all of the tension. Let the body melt here. And then once more, press down into the earth through your seat. Feel that downward pressure and begin to curl up vertebra by vertebra. Let the head be the last to rise. Take your time, nice and slow, until the head is floating above the shoulders. From here, on an inhale, sweep that right arm up. As you exhale, bend the elbow. You might plant those fingertips on the opposite side of the head. And then right ear begins to melt towards right shoulder. Ooh. Feel where in your neck and shoulders sensation arrives. Can you allow your mind to drop into the body? The jaw and tongue stay soft here. The breath deep in the belly and chest. Letting the mind notice the stretch through the neck and shoulders. You might even take this left free hand. I love doing this. Pressing the fingertips or the heel of your hand even down towards the mat. My arm isn't long enough for my palm to touch, but the stretch that I feel through the neck, maybe even the shoulders. And if y'all have hung out with me, you know what's happening here. Big vagal stim of all three of those big bundles, but namely the vagal brake, slowing that heart rate down. With each deep breath into your body, your heartbeat finds an even gentler rhythm. And when your heartbeat slows, the whole of your body says, oh, we're safe. You might release this right hand, let the head float upright, pause and feel sensation, floating, tingling, aching, buzzing, zapping. When you're ready, an inhale sends that opposite arm skyward. Let that left ear drop now nice and slow. We know what's happening here. Maybe the palm of that right hand presses towards the earth, maybe not. But breathe deep. A beautiful time to come back to your mantra. I am here. Maybe your mantra is I'm enough. Maybe your mantra is I am healing. Sit with it. Breathe it into your body as you stretch that vagal brake. This is also releasing tension, chronic tension that gets stuck in the neck and shoulders, which is one of the three main places that house chronic tension, that house so much of the stress of our bodies. When you're ready, release, slowly float upright. With your eyes closed, you might once again feel sensation. Let the shoulders melt. Be present with what is in your body for just a moment. Beautiful. From here, we're slowly going to make our way onto our back. So you're going to roll off the pad beneath you, keeping the book and the strap somewhere, or the block and the strap somewhere within reach, bending the knees, planting the pads of the feet, slowly rolling down onto the spine. Whew. Let the shoulders relax. You might even walk the heels of the feet up closer towards the glutes. So the pads of your feet really feel strong, like a strong foundation into the earth. And then I like, as I'm laying, to scoot my shoulder blades closer to one another. Open up through the heart here. So take a moment and just be. And then we're going to love on the muscles here in the hips and the low back, another place that holds a lot of stress. So on an inhale, fill the belly deep. As you exhale, you're going to press down into the pads of the feet. The pelvis is going to want to begin to lift. You might let it. As you do, keep your glutes relaxed. Naturally, you're going to want to clench them to assist, but keep them relaxed. We're engaging the muscles in the legs, pressing just as far as they would like to go. Maybe the glutes don't lift at all. Maybe you just feel a shifting of weight. Maybe you're all the way up here with the glutes relaxed. There is no award for anything but being present where your body wants to be in this. And then when it feels right, relax back down into the earth. Soften, release. Take a deep breath. Inhale once more, deep into the body. Exhale, drive through the pads of the feet. Relax those glutes. Hold for 5 or so breaths. You guys are about to meet the kittens, I think. Touch down anytime you like. Soften anytime the body is asking for it, but keep the glutes soft. We're engaging supporting muscles here. When you're ready, lower, relax, let it all go. Hi, Taco. From here, we're going to drive through the pads of the feet and then engage the glutes like we want to. So take a deep breath. Exhale first through the feet. Engage the legs when the body's gone as far as it'd like to go. Then squeeze the glutes. Press that pelvis further skyward if it'd like to. Breathe deep. 5 or so breaths, knowing you can touch down anytime, anytime. There's no reward but listening to the needs of your physical form in this moment. And then when you're ready, slowly lower, release, soften. Let's do that one more time. When you're ready, deep breath in. On the exhale, drive through the feet. Keep the glutes soft. Lift as far as the body goes. And then when you're ready, engage those cheeks. Press that pelvis. Breathe deep. So often when we are engaging, when we're putting in effort, we want to shallow or hold our breath. So we breathe in deep to retrain that habit so that when things get hard, we're still taking deep breaths into the body. And then on an exhale, lower. Beautiful. From here, you might draw both knees in towards the chest. You might grab your yoga strap here as an assist. Inviting those knees. If you're like me and you've got a tummy, I typically make space for my belly, pull the knees up, and then bring them together. So take time here. You might even take a gentle rock left and right. Nice low back massage. This too releases tension. And also, noticing the sensation of this massage or the pressure at the low back. Hello, Taco. Is healing. And as you rock back and forth in this playful I'm kitten distracted. In this playful setting, do you know that play heals exponentially faster, upwards of 40 times faster than seriousness when it comes to building new neural pathways in your brain? Playfulness is so important. From here, keep that left knee in towards the chest, extend the right leg long, press through the heel, and then slowly lower it towards the earth. However slow or fast it wants to go is all right. But once that heel touches down, really press down through that heel as you rock this knee up towards the heart. This nice big stretch. And then switch sides, bring that right knee in. Extend that left leg long, press through the heel, slowly lower. Take your time, take your time. A nice big stretch. It can also feel good to swing the leg back and forth, right? We get stuck in yoga in these asanas, but awareness is key. When we look back at the thousands of years old teaching, all of these poses were never there. These poses are only 200 or so years old, and they're meant to just help create deeper awareness in your body. Draw both knees in when you're ready. Find your playfulness. And then if it feels right, extend both legs long, maybe into a strap. Oh, hello, pinky toe. Maybe not. And then from here, point and flex. So point the toes deeply and then flex the toes back towards the heart. As you flex the toes towards the heart, press through the heel of your foot, lengthen through the back body. So this really exaggerated point and flex. This is great for sciatic nerve pain. This is a nerve floss. You might also, if you have a yoga strap, use it as some pushback, right? As some weight here. So we're engaging and releasing even more deeply. And I just keep the strap on the ball of my foot. Beautiful. From here, we're going to keep the pad of that right foot in the strap, slowly lower this left leg down, pressing through the heel just like we know. Taking our time. This is getting into the psoas. And then you might keep this knee or this leg straight, or you might bend that left knee, plant the pad of the foot, whichever feels better. Taking both straps into your right hand, you're going to open this right leg out towards the right. Soften through that right inner thigh. Excuse me, y'all. My apologies. You might tee the left arm out wide. You might sweep it up overhead. Take a moment. Feel yourself in your body. When it feels right, we're going to roll that leg back skyward. And then instead of just switching sides and turning this into a big twist, I want you to pretend that that right hip is bolted down into the earth, down into your mat. It's glued there. It cannot lift up. And I want you to take the right leg and we're going to sweep it across the body ever so slowly on over towards the left, as far as it'll go with that right hip bolted down. We're getting into that SI joint, into the piriformis. If we struggle with hip pain and tightness, this is often a culprit. Be there for as long as you'd like, and then when you're ready, you might roll on over into this big old twist. And if you would like, that right arm might tee out towards the right. This can be a lot on that shoulder socket, so you could just place it on the rib cage instead. You choose. Either way, you might lift the head and turn it on over towards the right, melt it back down into the mat. We're just getting into the full length of the spine here. Yeah. When you're ready, rock back onto the back. You're going to bend that left knee. Find yourself in a figure four. So crossing that right ankle atop the left thigh. And then you might simply take the heel of the right hand and press that inner right thigh away from the body. Dang. You might hang out there because that's what your hip is needing. My hip says yes, but I am teaching. So you might also pull that right foot and knee in towards the heart. You can grab through the thigh. I really enjoy taking my strap around the shin. There is no wrong way to be here. But when you're here, maybe you find that playful rock again. Low back love. Like low mid back this time, huh? And then when it feels right, if it feels right, you're going to take the pad of this right foot and roll it all the way towards the left side of the body, down towards the earth. Another big old twist. Now, there are a lot of places that you can put your arms. Teeing them out wide is an option. You might take this left hand and press that right inner thigh away. Again, we're just opening the hip here. There's also that same opportunity to lift the head Turn it towards the right. Soften it back down. Be where you want to be. Let the body melt. Wherever you're holding tension in the hips and thighs, let it go. If the body slides and shifts, that's all right. Just melt, soften, become a little messy. Invite the imperfection in without shame, without fear. It just becomes a part of the journey, a part of our exploration, a part of us being here now. When you're ready, rotate your head back skyward. Roll those knees back in towards the chest. And then let's switch sides. So we're going to wrap the ball of the left foot in the strap now. And then lengthen that right leg out, pressing through the heel. Whew. Just this stretch alone is enough. You might continue to invite the toes up towards the heart center. But when you're ready, open that left leg wide. That right inner thigh softens. Part of being here in this moment is instead of allowing your mind to run away to all the things that need to happen when you're done here, instead of allowing your mind to ruminate on all the silly things that you should have accomplished or shouldn't have said before you got here, instead of allowing your mind to judge what you're doing and say, you're not even doing it right. There's probably, you're not even. We say, oh mind, you're a tool that I didn't even know I could train. And so in this moment, I choose to gently train you to be present. And each time your mind wanders to those three places, criticism in the present, ruminating on the past, stressing about the future, you say, oh mind, you sweetly untrained tool. I invite you back into the here and now. And we do that in this practice by feeling the sensations in the body. Like a fidget spinner, they invite our mind back to say, oh wow, there's something there. When you're ready, roll that leg skyward. And again, that left hip is bolted into the earth. It is glued as you pull that left foot across the body. Deep stretch here. This side is where I need it the most. I'm a belly sleeper and I sleep with this knee bent and open. And so my piriformis, these muscles shorten while I sleep. And then during the daytime, I have some aches here occasionally or some pain here with the fascia and the muscles. So I spend time just opening this, lengthening it. And then if you like, when you would like a big old twist, rolling that foot all the way over. Find where your arms want to be. There's no wrong answer. If it feels right, lifting and turning the head. But then let the jaw melt if you do. Let the shoulders melt. Let the imperfection settle in. A few more breaths just like this, melting, being, inviting your sweet mind back to the present. It's not a bad mind for wandering. How amazing, though, that here you are. Through repetition, through awareness, through flow and presence, you're training your mind to become a tool that is on your team. A tool that you used instead of get used by. When you're ready, roll the head upright. Ooh, rock that foot skyward. Let's bend that right knee, figure four. Take your time. I really enjoy being here, pressing the inner thigh away. I really didn't used to get it because I would press away up at my knee. And what I learned was you got to really tuck the heel of your hand right into where that hip crease is, press it away and roll it out. And when you press down through the shoulder, right? Really using the strength of the shoulder muscles, you get this real big hip opener. Ooh, that can rock your whole world. We get all stuck with figure four, how impressive it looks pulling the knees in towards the chest. And we forget, right? Because it's that westernized mindset of what looks impressive, the external over the internal. If you would like, you might pull the knees in towards the chest. And then find that playful rock. Back and forth. When and if it feels right, that left foot rocks all the way over towards the right. Big old twist. Again, you might lift and turn the head opposite the knees. And as you breathe here, maybe you find your mantra again. And with each exhale, you might soften the tension in your body. Finding a new place where muscles can release and let go. The jaw, the tongue, the front of your throat, the shoulders, the chest and low belly, the hips and thighs. If the body slides and shifts, imperfection is invited. Relax all the way down to the toes. Melt and be here. Inviting the mind back again and again to experience the sensations in your body. Knowing that when the mind is present, the release in the muscles and the fascia is exponentially more. The body responds to your presence in it. When you're ready, roll upright. You might one last time bring the knees in towards the chest. Let's find a happy baby. So for happy baby, you're going to widen those knees out, almost like you're pulling them up towards the armpits. And then you can keep a hold here behind the knees, or you might walk the hands up towards the ankles, the outsides of the feet. This is a beautiful time to grab your yoga strap. And then it's like you want to stomp on the ceiling. So the pads of your feet parallel with the ceiling will invite a deep stretch to the low back. You might take a one-sided happy baby, lengthening one leg out. And then switching sides. Coming back into that full happy baby if it feels nice. Go ahead and release. We're going to roll over onto our sides. I'm on my left side here, so you might meet me there. Hello, Taco. I don't know where Belle is, but she is somewhere. So from our left side, you can support your head in your hand. We'll bend our knees up towards 90-90. And then again, we're going to imagine that there is a big bolt or a stick or a pole through our hips down into the earth so that you can't rock back and forth. The hips are stuck and stable. And when you're ready on an inhale, We're going to practice lifting that knee up in a clamshell, but only as high as you can go, keeping those hips and that pole, right? Honoring that brace there. So when you're ready, lower. And then let's move with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're engaging all of these supporting muscles while keeping these big gluteus maximus muscles a little soft. So we're always tempted when we lift to rock back, right? Look how high I can get when I rock back. And that's not the point. We're isolating muscles, moving how feels good. Ooh, a few more times, y'all. You've got this. Beautiful. Feel the heat. Wonderful. Go ahead and pause. Lengthen that left arm out. Go ahead and let it support the head. And then you're going to reach that right arm back behind the head. And with the thumb pointed, down the spine. So we're just bracing the back of the neck. On an inhale, you might open that elbow up. Feel the heart open. And we're going to start a little movement. So on your next breath in, we're going to open the heart center back as you press that right knee forward. And then exhale, pull the knee back, curl that elbow in. So inhale, open, exhale, close. And you might continue this, or you might be like, what the heck is happening with her knee? It's a forward shift and a backward shift. A forward shift and a backward shift. And as the knee shifts forward, the elbow stretches back. As the knee shifts back, the elbow curls in. And inhale to open, and exhale, close it up. A few more times, just like this. This is deep, clinical, somatic work we are doing here to honor the movement of the body. And then pause. When you're ready, roll onto the belly. I've got kittens running all over, y'all. It's kitten mania. We'll roll onto the belly. We'll place the hands beneath the shoulders, and then keeping the elbows tucked in towards the side body. On an inhale, lift through the head and the heart. You'll be tempted to plant the hands, but you might let them hover. Oop, careful. Thank you. The umbrella is falling over in the wind. And then on an exhale, release and lower. Inhale, lift using the head and the heart. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. On your next inhale, as you lift, when you get as far as you can go, press through the palms and then continue to lift as high as the body says yes to. And when you reach your height, pause for a moment and then curl the tailbone in, right? Like you want to curl the tailbone in towards the earth or up towards the heart. This is going to help lengthen the low back. So we're not crunching it here as we lift. Further opening the front body here from our belly button up to the heart, up through the top of the head. And then on your exhale, slowly lower, keep the elbows tucked in. On an inhale, lift tall, leading with the head and the heart, tucking that that tailbone in as you rise. Exhale, lower. Words are hard today, y'all. Inhale, lift. Hi, Taco. Exhale, lower. You like this? One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to do some more low back and hip love. So what we're going to do is take again that right arm, place it at the back of the head, thumb pointed down the spine, and then on an inhale, lift through the head and the heart. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hold. This left arm, you're just going to lower it down by your side, palm up, just like this. So it's the right side of the body that's really doing the work in the upper part. And then if you would like, point the toes of your feet, lift the left leg only. So opposite arm, opposite leg. When you're ready, lower. On an inhale, lift opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale, lower. Let's do this 4 more times together. One more time. When you're ready, switch sides. Lengthen that right arm down. Left hand at the back of the head. For the first 2 breaths, just the upper body. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Point the toes when you're ready. Left arm, right leg. 4 more breaths. Beautiful. From here, we're going to roll over onto our right side, getting ready for those clamshells. But I've got to switch sides here. So I'm going to take my time. Meet me there, bending those knees at a 90-ish degrees. Hand supports the head. Bolting, right? That nice strong pull through the hips, planted in the earth on an inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 10 or so, y'all. Just breathe and be. Each time your mind wants to run away, invite it back to feel what's happening in the body. Notice as intensity rises that you can sit present with it. It's like an ice bath, right? We're creating this intensity in the body, and then we're sitting present with it and softening into it and letting our nervous system know that it's all right. And this is training that we're doing for our brain and our body that we carry out into the world with us, and that deeply, deeply influences how we experience life. So as you train your nervous system to be more fluid and more present here, you find it out in the world as well. Beautiful. When you're ready, lengthen that right arm out, soften the head onto that pillow. We're going to reach that left elbow back behind us when we're ready, opening up that shoulder blade. Ooh, I feel it in my armpit here. Take a moment and then close it in. Curl it towards the earth. Let's pause and then let's include the knee in this. So the knee presses forward, that knee and hip shift forward as the elbow reaches back. And then as the elbow curls in, that hip and knee shift backwards. This mic is not my friend today. Moving at the pace of your own breath. Taking your time with what feels good. Hi, baby boy. Beautiful. Pause, soften when you're ready. We're going to roll back onto our backs, and we're going to grab that book or that block that we've kept nearby. You might give whatever pets or kitties Children nearby, a little love if they want it. And then when it feels right, again, we bend the knees, plant the pads of the feet, and we'll take that block or book and use it as a pillow. And we're going to press the occipital ridge in to that block. And if you feel the back of your head, you might take your fingertips. You can feel the back of your head. There's sort of like this lumpy bit at the back of the skull in like a bit of a rainbow shape. And we just want to press it down into the block. And the truth is, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, press the meaty, juicy bits of the back of your head down into this block. And it's going to feel good, like a massage you've always needed. So we're going to press the back of our head directly down into the block, some isometric engagement here. And then slowly roll your gaze on over towards the left, keeping that pressure, feeling the massage shift and roll. And then opposite direction, nice and slow. Don't rush this. We're not only releasing muscle tension, but the fascia that is all around the muscles. You might even roll and hang out anywhere in any sticky bits, right? If you come across a spot that you're like, oh, take a moment, pause, let the body soften as you breathe and feel the intensity without also becoming tense, right? Let the intensity be. Allow yourself to be present with it without reacting. Invite softness. And then continue your slow roll back and forth. And what we don't realize is, for those of us that struggle with grinding our teeth, clenching our jaw, with tension headaches, those of us that struggle with tight necks, shoulders, all of these things, so much of it is related to stress, to the stress response in our body, our nervous system trying to protect us. And these muscles and this fascia, they get chronically tight, chronically bunched up. And so when you release what's happening here at the back of the neck, it is releasing tension all throughout the whole back of your neck, head, shoulders, mid back, and low back, just by doing this. And so we take our time. We don't want to rush it. Sometimes this is all I do, especially when my body hurts. Many of us struggle with low back pain that we don't realize is directly associated with tension that has begun up here in the back of the neck. So take your time. You never knew how much awesomeness that your favorite hardcover book could be used for. Turns out it's more than just a good story. All right, let's go ahead and remove the block from behind our head. And then an opportunity to do a few different things. So I want you to either grab a second block or grab the blanket you were using earlier. And you might grab both if you have both and experiment with what you like better. But let's do supported fish pose. For supported fish, if you're using a blanket, you're going to find a jelly roll that looks like this, whatever yoga blanket or throw blanket you're using. You roll up into a nice jelly roll, a supportive tube, if you will. And we'll all start out just like this in fish pose. You're going to place this jelly roll about where the low part of the shoulder blades is going to hit your mat. So bending the knees, keeping them bent, rolling back down onto the mat. You might adjust that roll. And then your whole job is to just Flop your body over top that roll. And the roll is going to be a support that gently opens up the front body as you soften here. And you might keep the hands overhead. You might tee them out wide or cactus them or goalpost them, some folks call. And then keeping the knees bent can be a beautiful option, but you might further stretch the front body out by lengthening through the feet and taking a gentle pointing of the toes. Now, this doesn't feel good for everybody. For some people, you're going to want to continue to tuck the tailbone in towards the heart, just like we did in Cobra, just like you would do in cat pose. We're going to tuck the tailbone in towards the heart. This lengthens the low back as we stretch through the front body. So be here. And if this feels nice and this is your jam, heck yeah. Let the heart open. Breathe space into the whole front body. Take time here. This is my favorite posture, to just let my heart crack wide open. You might imagine the heart releasing its heaviness. With each exhale, the heaviness in your heart escapes with the breath. You might imagine that heaviness like black smoke leaving the body. And it dissipates as soon as it hits the air. With each exhale, we relieve the heart of heaviness. Maybe you can name it. Maybe you don't want to. It doesn't matter. What matters is the willingness to let go. A few more breaths here. Continue with what feels right with each exhale, but I want to invite you, for those of you with blocks or too sturdy books that would like an even more intense heart opener, we can use our blocks in place of that jelly roll, one for the head and one for that place at the lowest part of the shoulder blades. Again, keeping those hips bent, those knees bent. Oh, it's a day. Slowly roll back. Now, this is a huge opener, so sometimes it can be nice to start with the jelly roll. The occipital bone, the back of the head, supported by that second block. The shoulders open, and again, you might tee them out wide. You might keep them close to the body. You might extend the legs long, or you might not. Whether you're on jelly roll or on blocks, for a few more breaths, we just invite the heart to let go, to release anything that does not belong to you, anything that does not serve your community. We release anything that says we are unworthy. It's not true. I can tell you right now it's a lie. We release anything that says we are not love. Why, baby? A few more breaths, letting the heart crack wide open. As you exhale all that black smoke, you might find the heart begin to glow. A warm golden light, maybe white light, heck, maybe it's rainbow glitter. Maybe your heart is a damn disco. But as you release the heaviness, as you exhale that black smoke, the brightness of the heart increases. It becomes more radiant. You are uncovering what has always been there. A strong, radiant heart full of life, full of love, knowing it is worthy, knowing it is powerful, knowing that whatever your next steps are, it is there with you. And y'all got this. Take a moment or two longer. Let your heart radiate light. You might let it trickle up into the throat, into the mind. You might let it trickle down into the hips and the pelvis, to the arms, to the fingertips, from your glutes to your knees, to your calves, to your toes. The heart radiates your love, your unquestionable worth, your power. You belong. Your work matters. Your heart knows this. Be here with it now for a moment longer. Yeah. Hi, Taco. Once more, you might invite the mind back into the present to notice any tension that might have snuck up in your body. Anywhere you're unintentionally clenching the jaw, the legs, the belly, the shoulders, let it go. One last time, a little melt. And then begin to awaken your body. A wiggle of the toes and the fingertips. We're not rushing this part. As you invite movement into the arms and the legs, feel sensation arise. You might notice an intensity that has built up as the front body opens. And as you rise up and release, you might find a little counter posture here, a curling in if it feels nice. From here, we'll end our practice in whatever posture feels right. Are you so chilly, Taco? Maybe that's palms at the heart center. Maybe that's petting your furry friend close by. Take a moment. Breathe deep into your body. You might come back once more to that mantra. I am here. There's nowhere else I need to be. Nothing more important than this healing work that I offer myself each time I become present in my body and mind. As you move through the rest of your day, take this with you. Each time the mind feels out of control, each time we feel disconnected from the body, pause. Take a deep breath. I am here. And as you do, remember that the light and the dark in me sees the light and the dark in you. And we are the same. Thank you for practicing with me.